Hello guys, how are you all doing today? Hope you're all fine. So welcome to one more video, and today we're gonna do something a little bit different, okay? We're not gonna check CDs or any format of audio or video. We're gonna take a look to comics, books, things like that, magazines. So, as you can tell by the title, today we're gonna take a look to my Kiss comic, book and magazine collection, okay? You want to check it out with me, so stay here and we will check it out. As you know, I started to collect Kiss items as a really small child, and one of those things were comics and books and things like that. I wasn't even really able to read good back then, but I used like to take a look to the drawings and things like that. So when I was like 3 years old, my dad bring me the first Kiss Psycho Circus comic that we're gonna check it out now, okay? And most of my things are in Spanish, okay? But anyway, we're gonna start looking at them now, okay? As I was telling you, it all started with this baby. This is the Kiss Psycho Circus #1 comic, okay? And I got it when it came out, my dad bought it for me. I remember freaking out as a kid. I was stoked just to have this in my hands. And it was priced at 295 pesetas, what it makes, like, it says here, €135. And here behind you can tell they advertise the Psycho Circus action figures. I remember just loving looking at the artwork, everything. I just loved it. And if I remember correctly, that I think I do, yes, here it is. At the end there were pages advertising, these things and, giveaways, things like that. From Kisteria, that was the Spanish Kiss fan club from the 90s, 80s. So that was the first comic I ever had in my life. Then of course came this one, the second one. Okay, this one I remember as one of my faves for the time when I started to be able to read good and everything. I just remember loving this one. And at the end, as always, just look at that. Here there was opinions over the comics and a little review of the comic books and everything. Super cool. Number 3 is this one, okay? I'm just gonna show them a little, because there's some things to see. Okay, there were a mail thingy that you could send your letters and stuff. It was super cool. Fan art, like you can tell down there, and yes, things like that. And it has an advertisement from Fan Hunter Golden Pussy. This one I remember also liking it, especially, pretty much, like I'm telling you, always great artwork, things like that. And more mail thingy, and an advertisement again for the Psycho Circus action figures, things like that. Like I tell you, I remember loving this one especially. The 5th one, and if I remember correctly too, these ones were monthly or every 2 weeks. It was a new one, okay? I don't have the full collection, it's just too big, but I have quite some of the comics of these ones, okay? Sadly, again, I don't have the Marvel comics. That would be awesome. I've been looking for them for long and long and long, There's a thing in Amazon that a greatest hits that I have one that I will show you, okay, in a moment. But apart that is not Prime, it's getting super expensive. So if it goes again in Prime and lowers the price, I will definitely get it. I must add to all this that most of them were gifts of my brother Jose, you know. Back then, of course, I didn't have any money, didn't have anything, so he just kindly bought them all for me. And in this one, at the end includes more fan art there, okay, just here. And the mail, you know. Some press things. Okay, guys, you see that book down there? I used to have it, I just don't find it anymore. If I find a copy of it, again, we'll buy it. Another one of my faves. Okay, here. This is just fun to a great reading experience, you know. I just love them. Okay, so again, more fan art. And here we have, okay, they just talk here about the makeup and all that, you know. They're all, most of them, well, the original ones that I'm showing you are all Spanish. They're bought from, especially one shop that is called Futurama. It's a big, well, big, medium-sized comic store that we have here in Valencia, and they always sell great stuff. Maybe some of them comes from a shop, but I think most of them are from the same place. So okay, anyway, let's continue that we have still a ton of things to see. This one, I don't know why, is the one I read the most. This is number 8. Is already falling apart, the poor baby just has seen everything, okay? And I know lately I'm not doing lots of videos, but we were planning a trip to France that we're going in like... We're Saturday today. We go on for 3 days. So we have to get everything ready, you know. And anyway, here we have the fan art. And in the last page, they just talk about the albums, basically up to Psycho Circus, okay? Up to Psycho Circus. They talk from Kiss, Other Than Her, Dressed to Kill, Alive, Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, Love Gun, Alive 2, the solo albums, Dynasty, Unmasked, Music from the Elder, Kiss Killers, Creatures of the Night, Click It Up, Animalize, well, everything but everything up to Psycho Circus. Oh, this one. This one I will say is my #1 favorite of all the comics, okay? It's also the one I don't know, it's the one I just love the most, like I'm telling you. The fan art. And here they talk about Eric Carr, okay? Here is where I discovered that, okay, I was a little kid. Smash Stresses and Hits wasn't pretty easy to see in Spain, so I didn't have it back then. And it said that he and Hot in the same stuff again. It talks about that he sang 2 songs in the Kiss discography that I didn't know, of course. I was just shocked when I knew he re-recorded Beth and that he recorded Little Caesar, that I really didn't know the song at all. So it was a pretty little nice surprise. And yes, now I'm gonna show you 4 at the same time because it's just a big one in 4 parts. And we're talking about the Destroyer comics. Here we have the first part with Peter, okay? These ones I don't remember too good, I will have to reread them at some point. Because as I'm telling you, didn't read them in a long time. Fan art. And here they just talk about Spawn and things like that. Don't understand why. Okay. The second part with Paul on the cover. again. Here they talk again the same. A pretty cool Ace fan art, and they talk here about Sleeping Hollow. So here we don't have more keys, I think, in any of them. And there's one with Jin on the cover, okay? Really, I'm starting to have a pause, I have to reread them. When I come back from France, I will maybe go back and reread all this. And last but not least, the Ace one, okay? From here on, it was starting to get more and more difficult to find these comics on Spain. So it was getting hard, you know, for me to continue the collection. So yeah, after this one, I was just able to get 2 more separated, which I'm gonna show you now. This one, the number 14, was the last one that I had in a while, maybe in like 8 years, okay? This was the last, this one was the last one I was able to get. And this one especially, I don't remember if I liked, if I didn't. I just don't remember good, not gonna lie. So these ones are originals from the 90s. Years went by and went by and went by, and a day I decided to go back to Futurama, take a look, and there was just this baby, and I was like, oh shit. I thought they ended the collection because I didn't find any more, so anyway, I bought it. Years after I read, well, years after, maybe months, that the collection was huge, but really huge, and I got like mad because fuck, I don't have them, I have to search for them. Searching, didn't get them. I just don't know why I didn't find them. Maybe they didn't got translated in Spanish or something, but I didn't get them. And that's the end of my original Psycho Circus comics. But it doesn't end there with Psycho Circus for me. And again, years went by and went by and went by. And maybe a year or 2 ago, I was surfing on Amazon and I found this, Kids Greatest Hits Volume 4, okay? And I was like, okay, what's that? This comics, okay? Includes from the 14 of the Kiss comics up to the 19th. I still need a couple more volumes of this one. This one is in English, okay? This one I didn't read it yet, I'm not gonna lie. This for me already counts as a book, not like your typical soft comic. You have the covers that you can see with the comics, everything super cool, super beautiful, great quality paper, super shiny too. Here we have 15 that I will show you. And yes, I just love that they include the fucking covers because I can say that I have them, you know. I really should check it out more, just read more of them. Because hey, that's for what they are, no? And yes, they just did a great job with them. They're not official at all, no. But they're cool, okay? Here they show you the volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. So, super glad to have this on my collection. Now, yes guys, we're finishing, we entered already, we did finish the Psycho Circus collection. I think that the same day that I got the Kiss Greatest Hits Volume 1, I also saw this one, Kiss and Vampirella, okay? I couldn't leave it just go by because in English again, okay? It was at a great price, and picking the two comics for me, well, the two books, it was a great offer. What I love about this one, didn't read it yet, again, is that at the end of the comic, I think it has covers too on it? Don't remember. No. What is cool that I wanted to tell you is that it has alternative covers for it, okay? And they're all awesome. And in France, I saw it again with a different cover, different logo, everything super cool. But like I already had this copy, didn't want to spend too much money. It was way too expensive, so I didn't pick it up. But not gonna go now. Instead, I picked this one, Kiss Army of Darkness. Okay, this one cost me around 15 euros. It's in French. Think that those for me. I just can speak French. I can speak French, okay? But I not able to read good or to write good in French. But again, they're just beautiful. This one is the one that has the covers, and when I'm able to read it, I will tell you what I think. Because at the moment, see, here's the thingy from Vampirella. Here you can see the cover that I was talking about. And yes, they talk about The Last Temptation of Alice Cooper that I want in my collection now. So at the moment we're done with comics. Now I have a magazine to show you. Okay, this magazine is 100% unofficial, and it's a classic rock archive thing, you know. I got it one day just coming out of the cinema. I don't remember what we were watching, if it was Doctor Sleep or the second chapter, I don't remember good. Or the Addams Family even. I think it was the Addams Family, yes. And I saw that just... I have X-ray eyes for Kiss stuff, okay? My brother always said it. And I just saw it there, just by the corner of my eye, and I said, what the fuck is that? I saw it, it was 13 euros, not cheap at all. But my wife said, you're gonna read it, maybe there's cool stuff inside, why don't you pick it up? So I did. Really very interesting magazine. I have a book that is worse than that, to be honest, that we will talk about it in a little bit. They just talk about the albums, the story of the band, as you can imagine. There's some interviews, I think. But yes, I freaking love it. Now we get into the books I have, okay? Don't have lots of books, I can count it with the fingers of one hand. I can tell you now, I have 4 at the moment. Because, again, I'm in Spain, difficult to find Kiss books that are worth it. Difficult to use, you know, even if they're in English, difficult to find. But one day I was having a walk with my brother in FNAC, and I saw this. Okay, this. What the fuck is this? These are the lyrics for the first 6 albums, maybe? I will tell you. Yes, up to Love Gun. Okay, and what is this exactly? Well, you have the lyrics on English, and by the side you have a Spanish version that is not too correct, that's all. Okay, but I was a kid. We're talking, I had the day here, I saw it before. We're talking, it's been 16 years that I have this book. So for me it wasn't, I didn't speak English at all back then. Well, a little bit. I went from English classes since I was like 4 years old, So this one I thought maybe it can help me. maybe it doesn't, but it's something cool to add to the collection. Um, the day that I told you that I saw it, it wasn't the day I picked it up. It was lots after, maybe, well, lots, a little bit, maybe a week or two after. And my dad bought it for me a day before we went on Easter vacation, to the village. And this one came with me with the albums that are there, and I read the lyrics at the same time that I listened to the albums. So yeah, not great. If you find it on Spain at a good price, pick it up if you want. If not, you're not missing anything neither. In chronological order, this was the next one I had, okay? As I told you before, the Kiss songs one, I had one that was the size of a CD I saw you in a comic. But anyway, this was up next. One day having a walk with my dad in La Plaza Redonda, that is like a flea market here in Valencia. I saw that for 2 euros. Okay, Kiss, más caliente que el infierno. And I said, well, not too expensive. Is gonna say things that I don't know, maybe yes. What I'm gonna lose? Okay, so I just grabbed it, and again this one came with me lots of places, lots of cool images, some that I didn't saw before. It has like stuff for your CDs, Here, let me show you, It talks a little bit about each CD, where it was recorded, a little review of each of them, but they just talk about Destroyer, Alive, Death to Kill, Kiss, okay, you can see there, Revenge, Creatures of the Night Dynasty, and Rock and Roll Over. Here we have this picture of U2. It also includes on the same thing here a poster that is now up there. You maybe have seen it on some videos, but yes, look, here is where I thought, fuck, what are those albums like? Costume, Crusaders, Kissing Time in San Francisco, Diddley Demos, Masked Again, Peter Jim Polonaise, and Rock Diamonds, and Simon's Meteor 2. What is all that? So I went into the internet, I learned that they were bootlegs, and I simply downloaded them because I couldn't find them anywhere. So yes, again, lots of years passed by again, but lots of them. Again, searching of Amazon, I already read about this one on the Kiss FAQ, and I'm talking about Odyssey, the definitive examination of music from the Elder. As you know, I love music from the Elder, so it was at 14 euros, and I said, you're gonna come home to me. And really fat book, really interesting stuff. I just read half of it, not gonna lie. Lots of interviews, some images too, so I couldn't leave it be. And I should completely read it, but now what happens is that for the Reyes Magos, my parents bought for me, that recently just came out in Spanish, Paul Stanley's book, okay? Una vida al descubierto, dar la cara, una vida al descubierto, that is basically face the music, with another cover. And this one is coming with me to France because I didn't have time to start reading it. So now it would be a cool, a cool addition to be on the plane for 2 hours and a half. This baby is gonna help me to just relax a little, read a little bit while listening a little bit of music. So yeah, those are my Kiss pages, we can say. So well guys, that's been everything for today. Hope the video It was good. Hope you liked it. And see you when I come back. I'm going to a record fair there in France the 9th. And I'm sure I will come back with cool goodies. With some grades, you know. So well guys, as I was telling you, thank you for watching the video. And see you soon. And take care.